my favorite lure to throw on this lake. This one, I have a bad problem. They like to grab the tail. They short strike it, grab the tail, and never the hook, which it's a pain, but white is a hot ticket color on this lake. We're up here in the UP.
Where'd you throw that at?
Over here. I like to mix it up. Sometimes I throw it. There he is.
There he was.
No, he's on there. Get the net.
I got the net.
Again, white, hot ticket color. Fish love it.
Big old crazy flick. Let me see.
Looks like a good one. I don't know.
I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, he's wrapped in reeds.
Oh, it's a nice bass.
There we go. It's a chunky little fella.
That's a good one.
Tap water. I love it. It's a lot of fun. The fish are very reactive to it. I like when they come out of the water and dance for me.
You hook him to the top of the head?
No, he's in there. He took it hard. There we go.
Let me see. Oh, good catch.
Almost dropped him. I'm surprised. This fish is not very warm. Don't cut me with your gills. He does not want to be caught though.
Wants to be free.
He's kind of cold. I'm surprised. He's a nice bass though.
So they might be in some warmer shallows.
Feel him.
Yeah, he's still warm.
I mean, not warm like they have been, but it's a nice fish and they're a lot of fun to catch. It really doesn't matter the size. We usually don't keep them and eat them. It's mostly just, you know,
catch and release. Yeah.
But it's still fun. Later, little buddy. Yeah, he was a feisty little guy. All right, thank you. So this is a topwater lure. The cool thing about topwater is they swim on the surface, hence the name topwater. And this little blade here makes a unique noise going through the water when it's on top. And it draws the fish to it. So when you see it going through the water, you can actually, like I said, see it on top, but you can also hear it, and the fish hear it underwater as well. So that's what draws them to it, to want to bite it. I have heard that it's similar to, as sad as it sounds, like a duck going through the water, like a baby duck. When you get a big enough fish, they eat a baby duck, like the little flippers going through the water, and it entices them to bite it. Because I mean, if you get a big enough fish, like whether it's, you know, pike, bass, muskie, they eat baby ducklings. They eat frogs. They love frogs. When you see a frog swimming on top of the surface, if it's a big enough fish, they'll grab it and they'll eat it. This makes me sad about the baby ducks. I like ducks. They can eat all the frogs they want, but alright, so anybody who fishes, anybody who's wanting to get into fishing, one of the most important things about fishing is fish like structure. So right here we're fishing over, you know, a nice like grassy, weedy area. They like to lay down in there. They have what they call beds. They lay in their beds. I believe when they lay eggs, they do that as well. The females lay the eggs and then the males swim over and fertilize them. And that's how baby fishes are made.
The more you know.
Yeah. But, you know, structure can be anything. You know, you see a lot of videos about people fishing on sunny days, like under boat docks. Fish love, you know, to...
Anything where they can get tucked up behind so another fish can come up from behind them and eat them, basically.
That too, but they love to get out of the sun as well, like on hot sunny days. Bass like to sit up under the boat docks, you know, hot out, sun's high. Typically you can go throw lures underneath, not all the time, but I mean, often you can throw a lure, you know, up under a boat dock, and chances are you have a good chance of pulling a fish out. I mean, it's not going to be always a trophy, huge fish, but...
Catching fish, it's fun.
Exactly.
If you're catching fish to eat, it's hard.
But anyways, back to what I was saying about structure. Like grassy...
You get one? Or is that the weeds?
No, it's a fish.
Oh, you got fish.
Grassy areas... Oh, I lost him. He was on there, though. He wasn't a very big one. Grassy areas, structure... if you are somewhere like in a creek or a canal or a tree has fallen in the past, you know, you got tree branches and stuff in there, that structure, stuff that they can hide in, you know. They love weeds. We have what we call in this lake, I mean, I don't know if it's the correct term, but we call them cabbages. They look like cabbages underwater. And they fish that just love to lay in there, come out and strike your lure. It just depends on what you're running to, because like with topwater, I also enjoy topwater because they're virtually weedless. I mean, unless you throw them like into a big weed mat, I mean, then you run into issues. But for the most part, because they run on the surface, you can run them over, you know, any type of weed bed and not have to worry about getting all knotted up in the weeds. Now it is difficult, like if you hook like a pike, northern pike, size really doesn't matter with those, because when they get hooked, they like to dive, and they typically dive down into the weeds. And with the topwater, I like to run the bigger size topwaters. For me, it's just personal preference. It's got the bigger blade on it. So when they take it down into the weeds, it's hard because sometimes, you know, you can lose your lure because they'll either snap your line or take it right off the leader, which I've had that happen a lot of times. Makes me really sad. And these lures aren't cheap either. I mean, they're anywhere from, you know, $5 to $10. So I like to keep my equipment.
You lose 2 or 3 of those a day, it sucks.
It adds up, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show our viewers, whether new or old, welcome. But I'm going to show you guys what my preference is that I fish with. Like I said, I enjoy topwater, so I have an array of different topwaters that I use. This little guy right here is a frog. This is a soft bait. You know, the fish bites it and the hooks, you know, come down and hook it really nice in the mouth. I've had a lot of luck with this one. The fish like it, obviously, because, you know, bass love to eat frogs, whether big or small, doesn't matter. But this is nice because when it swims through the water, these imitate the legs of the frog. So it goes really nice over the surface of the water. You know, it leaves a nice trail. This one I enjoy. This one we talked about either in the same video or a previous video. I'm not sure how my brother's going to edit it, but this is the hula popper.
The what?
The hula popper. I don't know how you want me to say it, but anyways.
Hula popper.
Okay. This one is, I've caught quite a few on this bait as well. I got it for Christmas and I really enjoy this one. I've never used it before previous to this year, but I like it because it obviously
works.
Has a funny name, but it also works. It makes a nice popping noise throughout the water. It really draws the fish to it. This acts, I'm not sure if it's supposed to act like a tail or, you know, same thing with a frog, like legs or whatever, but it also does the same thing as the frog going through the water. You know, it makes that little trail. So this one, definitely recommend. Both of these, actually, I've caught quite a few nice bass on these. If we move it over, let me set these ones down and I'll show you what else I use. This one also was a Christmas gift. This one is like a lizard. I'm not sure. Let me put that out there right now. I'm not sure on brands. I don't really shop by brand. I shop, you know, what works for me. So I don't, you know, pay for the label per se. You know, some people, oh, this is all I use. But I mean, it either works or it doesn't. So I'm sorry, don't ask me specific brands, because a lot of these topwaters were actual Christmas gifts that I got this previous year. This lizard, kind of similar to the frog. It's a soft bait, but the fish bites it, you know, and it depresses, you know, the body, and then it hooks it. It actually has 3 hooks. So if they grab it, you know, in the back and the tail, it pulls it down, and there's a hook here. And the same thing as the frog, like the body, if they grab it, you know, at the body, it will take the front 2 hooks. And with the lizard, similar to the frog, it swims across the surface because it is a topwater. And with this, what draws the fish to it is the tail. Instead of having, you know, like the little skirt or whatever you want to call it, you know, little hairs, I'm not sure the technical name, like I said, it swims across the surface and it leaves, you know, a little wake behind it, and it draws the fish to it. And then moving on to what I talked about previously about the blade topwater. Again, like I said, I like to use the bigger sized ones. This one has the body, it's a soft body, but you know, it's got the big hook, the big blade on it. You can see the difference. This is, as I mentioned previously, this is the black one. I've used this multiple times, never caught anything on it. I don't know why the fish do not like the color black in this lake. This is a white one, same exact thing here. You can see
that one, sorry.
You can see that it has been hit multiple times. I'm actually going to have to put a different...
As the fish jumps?
I'm actually going to have to put a different body on because I have a lot of problems when I cast it out. It slips down.
That's
now.
a sign, though, not to talk over you. That you're touching the white one and they want it that bad. They're coming up to see it.
Exactly, because I mean, it's just, it has really worked out. I really like this one. I don't really use it much anymore because, like I said, I've had issues where it slides down and I'll reel it back up and that's what it comes back like. So I actually have to shop some different bodies, and the hardware and everything is still fine. The blade works fine, but the body is just, really
deteriorated.
Yeah, it's
all the pike teeth that go on there too. Pike love these things also.
Really been worn out. Not only pike though, I catch a lot of bass on there, and I mean good sized bass. So again, it's personal preference. I mean, I'm not sure what lake you're fishing, where you're fishing, whether it's a stream, canal, lake, whatever. It depends on what the fish like and what you like to fish with. But here in this lake, the fish do not like the color black, so don't ask me why. And then this is similar to the one that I'm fishing with right now. Same thing. It's got the fixed blade and everything, the bigger size, and it's just gray. So I got a white one right now on my rod right now, but same thing. This one's got a little bit of sparkles inside. It's a soft bait, but the fish do react really well to these ones when they're not short striking and just grabbing the tail. It depends on how hungry they are, I guess. But that's just a few of the ones that I use. And then I haven't really tried this one out. This one is a double-bladed.
I love that one.
Topwater. This one is my brother's. He got it this year to test it out. And he's done really well on it. He's caught quite a few fish on it, as you can see too. I mean, it's showing, he just got it this year and it's showing signs of wear already where the fish have constantly bit at it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then this one, when I first got into topwater, before I knew that there was a lot of different varieties out there, this is the kind that I would use, the kind that has the skirt on it, and the lead head. Just a single hook. This one is more of a medium size. The blade, as you can see right here, I'll show you, is not as big as the other ones. I mean, it's close, but it's not as big. So when I get topwater, I don't usually ever buy the small sized. I buy, medium to large, just because that's what works for me, and I found that that's what the fish like the most. But as you can see, this guy has been worn out too from being struck so many times. Sometimes they'll come up bent, you'll have to straighten them out a little bit. Depends on how hard the fish hits it. If it takes it down and puts it into any weeds or anything, sometimes you got to put the skirt back on. But these work very well as well.
That's another reason to get the beefier sized ones too, because the small thin ones are very thin metal and they bend really easy.
Yeah, like this one, you can see it's actually been bent, a little bit from...
Those are also easier to throw. The light ones just grab the wind too much and they get thrown off course.
Yeah, that's very true as well. These ones, being a little bit heavier, because they got the lead head and they are bigger. So the head, you want it to kind of be proportionate with the size body or the skirting that you're throwing. They go farther. And I really like that. I like to be able to throw it out, mix it up, crank fast, crank slow, depending on, if it's choppy or not choppy, on the water. That's what the fish hear. That's what drives them crazy. So the wind's blowing right now and it's blowing that. That's what it sounds like going through the water. And you can hear it on, the surface, and the fish hear it underwater. And that's what drives them to bite it. So it's just a unique noise that goes through.
This thing is flying right now.
Yeah, the wind picked up a little bit, but I've had very good luck with them. I enjoy them. Like I said, it's personal preference. I mean, you can use anything that you want, but I think this video is mostly going to be about us catching them on topwater, just because, again, my personal preference. But so if anybody's wanting to try topwater, or you have tried topwater and you haven't had much luck, I hope this kind of helps you out. Or when you're shopping for somebody who likes fishing and they've never tried topwater, maybe get them one to try it out and see how it goes. Leave a comment, leave a like, please, about what works for you, if you like this video, what you didn't like about this video, and we'll see you on the lake. I don't know, I lost my train of thought. You can edit that out, put that in there.